The easiest cop-out excuse I hear from people when it comes to getting leaner, stronger, faster, or just working out every single fucking day to get consistent is, I don't have fucking time. This is for those who actually want to train, who really want to find time. Because when I did this one exercise to find time, my life fucking changed. Not just for my workouts, for everything else. Because if you deep down inside, in your hearts of hearts, believe there must be time. Because if there's many people on this planet who have kids, who have a job, who own a corporation as a CEO, high-level executive, who are poor, any circumstance, have the time, figured it out. So what I did was I literally keep track of everything I do from morning to night, pen and paper. I write down step by step, what are the things I need to do? Or what are the things I'm already doing? And I time it. There's 24 hours in a day. So I block out how many hours I am in bed, wake up to sleep. I track how long I'm in the bathroom when I wake up to brush my teeth. I track how long it takes me to leave the house. I track how long it takes me to get to the gym. I track how long it takes me to do my job at the gym. I track how long it takes me to do my workout. I track how long it takes me to get home. I track how long it takes me to take a shower, eat my post-workout, and do my Instagram posts or social media posts. I track fucking everything. So then I understand habitually, psychologically, where the habits my mind has warped my reality structure. To give you an example, because I'm very competitive and I like to find time, because when I moved to Montreal, I was doing a lot of minimum wage jobs and I was training like a motherfucker. And I even though I'm training consistently all the time, I wanted to find more time to train. I found out by tracking how long I take a fucking shower, I was taking 20 minutes to shower. Why do I need 20 minutes? So I skimmed 10 minutes off, sometimes 15. And I worked my way down to a shorter period of time. Anything that was pleasure, I took it out of the equation, because a lot of times pleasure is just a mask of pain. I realized I was wasting fucking time watching YouTube videos. Why does it take me so long to wake up and leave the house? Why does it take me 45 minutes to an hour to leave the house? And then I literally went through the step-by-step process. I wake up, I turn off the alarm, I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth. That takes a minute. And let's just assume we're not trying to cut time in terms of brushing our teeth, because it's about quality time over quantifying it. So let's just say that takes a solid minute. And I go to the kitchen, I get my pre-workout and my protein powder, which is already in a shaker cup. Sometimes I drink water, and I leave to the front of the house where I get my flip-flops on, my t-shirts, and my shorts. That takes no more than a minute to change. This whole process takes no more than 4 fucking minutes. And then I was wondering, what the fuck am I doing? Why does it take me an hour to leave the house? Then I actually was self-aware. That's key. Now I found time. I literally realized, if I'm wasting time on just waking up, holy shit, how about everything else? And then I realized the negativity of just waking up, that hit, the negotiations, you're sitting down, then you realize you're on your phone, you're kind of leaning on by the bed, you're snoozing, all that fucking adds up. Then you're procrastinating, you're taking your sweet ass time. Then now I was aware of these habits that I was unaware of. Then it's painful in terms of wanting to change it. But now I'm aware of it. So I was tracking that all the time, to the point where I made it habitual, and I made it like a normal way of life to leave the house in a very short period of time. Eventually I got down to 4 minutes consistently. I went back up to 20 minutes, but now I'm going back down to 4 minutes. I'm very competitive. I always look for ways to get my time back. Have you done that exercise? You probably say, I don't want to, it's just too much work. Then you're fucking stuck in a rut. If you're stuck in a rut and you're in so much pain, you hate yourself, you're out of shape, and you're just depressed, you're guilty, you're living in shame, that is just not an emotional state you want to live in. If you know deep down inside, like me, and you're honest, you realize training is going to put you in a positive mental attitude, you want to be in that flow state, this is the life you want to live, find the fucking time. No one's going to fucking save you. It's just you. You got to be real with yourself. And when I was real with myself, my life fucking changed. And I learned a lot of times from my clients around me. One of my clients was in the military. This guy's a rebel. This guy's a savage. He made some bad choices in life. He gained a lot of weight. But he has that fucking, obsessive, militant mindset. And I like that, because sometimes when we're stuck, we got to go to war with life in terms of trying to get out of it. We can't live a comfortable life, so we have to go through discomfort. So having that warrior, military mindset and that discipline level is huge. And he said, yeah, well, that's exactly what we did in the military. When we wanted to do something, we kept track of everything we did in terms of time. We were accountable to every single second and minute of the day. I was like, shit, so I'm on to something. So this is it. But you don't have time. You don't have time to work out. These are the excuses. Deep down inside, most people, from my experience, don't want to keep track of time because they got to realize, holy shit, I'm spending like an hour or two a day getting high, smoking, drinking, watching TV. I'm not against any of those. You have to be deep down inside, understand what is advice and what's wasting your time. If that's the only time you can lay low and relax, and you chose to smoke weed an hour a day or drink or watch Netflix or whatever the pleasure-seeking behavior is, and you realize, oh, I don't have time to train, you made that decision. The sacrifice is what's going to make us feel good. If it's going to help us grow as a human being, we got to probably do that. So if you probably feel like, oh, I'm stuck in a rut, everyone probably watches TV, everyone watches. Well, yeah, no. When I moved to Montreal, I was getting 3 hours of sleep, and I had to keep track of fucking everything I was doing because I could not. The schedule was hard. It was fucking hard as shit. I had to make sure my nutrition was on point. I had to make sure there's no energy leaks. I kept track of how many times I was looking at my cell phone, how many times I was looking at videos I didn't need to look at. How long does it take me to communicate with all my clients every single day? How long does it take me to go to the grocery store? These are, oh my God, it's so important. And then when you're accountable to every single moment of your day, you realize how much negativity is just draining us and making us feel like we're wasting fucking time. One of the best things I ever learned from my mom, she's like, cleaning the house, Sam, takes more than 20 minutes. Then I realized, why is it taking me so long to clean the house? I clean TriStar like, oh fuck, it's the guy's like, the TriStar, the gym I'm at. Some of you guys may know I have access to the gym, and in return, I can use the gym over the weekends as long as I do extra work. And I clean the gym inside out. And what's crazy is that gym is probably 15 times larger than my unit. And it takes me so long to clean the house. And I was aware of it. I'm like, holy shit, why is it taking me so long to clean the house, but it's so quick to clean the TriStar? Because I created a system by doing it over and over again, by focusing on it, rinsing and repeat habitually, such that I can clean TriStar really fast. I didn't do that. I didn't do it as much from my own house. So I started doing it for my own house. That's a stronger, faster mindset I try to implement for everything, because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So once you start tracking how long your workouts are, where you're growing, once you keep pushing the edges of the envelope, you can do that for every aspect of your life in terms of how long it takes you to wake up and leave the house, how long it takes to work out, how long it takes to make food. You just keep track of fucking everything. I promise, best exercise I've ever did, one of the best exercises I ever did. So if you feel like you're making excuses, I don't have time, and you're like, well, I know deep down inside, I know where I'm wasting my time. But are you certain? Because if you say you're certain but you haven't kept track of time, you're lying to yourself somewhere. There's a level of arrogance behind it, because you're so certain about something but you haven't kept track of it, and you haven't gone through the process. But because I've gone through the process, I do it all the time. I'm certain that you will find time. I believe in you and many other people out there, because I live in this state all the time. I've never met a person when I actually have a conversation with them and I ask them, I don't have time, and I go through the list, they really deep down inside just don't want to deal with the negativity, because it feels like it's so much fucking weight on their back. But they don't realize that weight on their back, in terms of not dealing with their shame and guilt and self-hate, in terms of how they feel about themselves, that is actually causing them to waste more time in other areas of their life, because that pain is being masked somewhere. All right, people? Just a bit of reflection post in terms of what I do to find time to work out. There's always time. Whenever I feel like I'm running out of time, I find a way. That's a mindset you always want to have. You're never stuck in a rut. You got to reflect. Okay, don't wish for external circumstances to happen. You want to go inwards and realize where your time is going in terms of where decisions you're making. You're already putting food down your throat, so you can make conscious decisions to change the way you eat. You're already doing it. You're already moving every single day, and you don't need equipment. We've already seen prison workouts, and some of you guys who've been following me for a long time may have seen I've already started training in my garage in the cold, in the winter, living in my parents' house with a fucked up neck with no AC unit. It can be done. It's a mindset. It's not fun when you start, but when you just go through the process, your reality structure will shift.